Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks so much for stopping by, I really do appreciate it. Today's beer, guys, comes from Basic City Beer Company. They're out of Virginia. This is their Begetter of Bask. And guys, I've done a few of their beers, and I find them very tasty. I'm glad that they're available here. I like supporting local breweries and Virginia breweries since I'm in Virginia. And these guys seem to be doing some really tasty stuff, and seems like they're only available at the craft beer store. I have to go across town to get them. They're not available at Kroger's or the little craft beer gas station that we pick up some stuff from sometimes. But seems like everything that these guys are producing don't sit on the shelf very long at the craft beer store. I mean, the stuff disappears really, really quickly. When you go out there, they don't have a huge selection. The stuff comes in and it goes back out, and then the next batch comes in and it goes back out. So nothing sits around very long. So if you want something from this brewery, you have to be there and pick it up, because the next day it's all gone. So it's sad that it's across town and I have to go across town to get it. I just can't go down to the Kroger store. I wish I could, but it just doesn't work that way with the beer distribution in Virginia. So, and on this one, it's an 8% alcohol by volume, and these guys are out of Waynesboro. Like I said, I'm glad they are showing up here now. These guys, this has a big DIPA, big double IPA. Not super big, 8%. That's where I start considering beers to be doubles. They can call it a 7.5 a double, but and on the side of it here, they've got 9/1/20. So it was put in the can September the 1st of 2020, and today it's about a month and a half old, about 6 weeks old. So it still should be very tasty. Plain Jane silver can with a stick-on wrap around the label. Let me jump over to Untappd just in case they have any additional information. No IBUs. It says Big Daddy Bask Attack. Our favorite New England double IPA got enhanced with even more hops. 50% Citra, 50% Mosaic hops, double dry hopped. Bright and juicy, a combination of liquid sunshine and satisfaction. And the pictures I'm seeing here on Untappd, it does look like a New England style beer. So I've reviewed several of these beers, and I picked them all up over at the craft beer store. So let's get it into the glass and see what we got. Kind of cloudy, hazy coming out of the can. It does seem to resemble a New England style beer. And before I get it all in there, we're going to do a little swirly swirl just in case there's any settling has gone on, which will increase this head factor quite a bit. Very nice cascading effect. Almost 2 fingers of head, guys. That definitely looks like a New England style beer to me. Very cloudy, very hazy. And there are a little bit of particulates that's floating around in there, so it does have some of that going on, and it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you one bit. It's an unfiltered beer, so you're going to get that sometimes. So over into the light, not hardly any at all. It looks like a glass of orange juice. I bet this is going to be pretty tasty. Let's find out. To the nose we go. Oh yes, big time hop aroma. Very citrusy. Oranges, pineapple, Maybe some tropical fruit notes, maybe even some peaches in there. Smells awesome, guys. Smells awesome. I'm glad Waynesboro is about 2 hours away up the interstate from me, so I'm glad they're distributing here in the Roanoke Valley where I'm at. But I wish it would increase into some of the other stores other than the craft beer store, like Kroger's or someplace like that, where I wouldn't have to drive across town to get them. But it's what it is. I have no control over that. So very nice smelling beer. I mean, it is a very, very pleasant smelling beer. Smells awesome. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, that's a very pleasant beer. Very, very pleasant. The downside of that, like I said, these beers, and I don't understand why other breweries around here don't do this. These beers fly off the shelf at the craft beer store. I guarantee you, I could go out to the craft beer store tomorrow and there wouldn't be any of this left on the shelf. None. Zero. Zip. It'd be gone. So, they're probably at their max capacity, and they're shipping out everything and distributing everything, and they're selling everything, just like a lot of the breweries that produce these style of beers up in New England and all over the world. People are clamoring to get their hands on these beers, and they don't last long. People are standing in line when their brewery only release beers and buying everything that they can get their hands on. So while the other breweries around here don't produce anything like this, it blows my mind. When they fly off the shelf like that, if you produce it and it's a good quality beer and it smells and tastes like this, you're not going to have a problem with it sitting around. And it's going to go. Because there's a lot of craft beer drinkers that's been drinking craft beers for a long time. They don't want a transitional beer. They don't want some of this lawnmower crap. They want something like this that has big time hop aroma and big time hop taste. So I just don't understand that. I guess they're more interested in getting the transitional drinkers in to catering to the seasoned craft beer drinker. That's why I don't go around to a lot of breweries around here, because they don't produce these things. They're producing crap that I'm not interested in drinking. Low ABV lawnmower beers and lagers that trying to get the macro lagers into something like that. And I understand that, but you gotta cater to the other side too. People that have been drinking craft beers for 10 years or longer don't want to drink that transitional crap. I mean, I don't know. Blows my mind. Anyway, this is a tasty beer. And like I said, when I go back over there, if anything from this brewery is there, I'll probably try to pick it up. And if this is there, I definitely would probably pick it up again. I would buy this beer again. I wish I'd bought more than one, because I know I've had several beers from this brewery and they've all been pretty tasty. I've learned my lesson. So when I go back over there again, if I see stuff from this brewery in this category, I'm going to probably buy more than one. So this brewery seems to know what they're doing. So anyway, without rambling on, let me do the little swirly swirl one more time and get the back end pour into the glass. We might get a few more of the little floaties and set them in there. And guys, when I come back with the final chug, I'm going to swirl all that up to get it all mixed up, and I'm going to drink it. I mean, it's not going to hurt you at all. So, I used to not be a big fan of those swirlies and floaties and all that kind of stuff, but on this style of beer, I mean, it's just some hop goodiness or however it's Goodiness, is that a word? In the beer, and it's not going to hurt you. It's going to give you more flavor and everything else. So just swirl it around a little bit, it'll all dissipate, and down the gullet it goes. Alright, it's right out of the fridge. Let me go sip on it for a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it a while now. Nice slicing of stuff on the glass. A very tasty beer in the glass. I would definitely buy this beer again. Hopefully next time I go over there it'll be available, or maybe something else from this brewery will be available. I've been impressed with what's coming out of the Basic City Brewery. I'm glad they're distributing here. I just wish the distribution was a little bit bigger for the Kroger stores and stuff. Like I said earlier, would be able to get some of this beer. But the people that stock the shelves and control the distribution around here, they want to push their Bud, Miller, Coors crap, and they control the shelf space in the grocery stores. If they don't want to put your beer out, they don't have to. So, whereas the craft beer stores want these kind of beers, and they fly off the shelf. That's one reason why they want them. They're making money and they're moving the product pretty quick. It doesn't hang around very long. So, very tasty beer, guys. So, I enjoyed this. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it again, or at least something from this brewery. Final chug. Make sure we're going to swirl around, get all the goodies out of the bottom of the glass. That's a very tasty beer, guys. It's a solid A beer to me, and that's what I'm going to give it. 95, right down the middle of the A category. Definitely an A beer. Dates on it, ABVs on it. 2 bits of information you need to buy a beer. Buy a fresh beer on top of that. Beer Advocate has only had one person comment on it, say they don't have a rating. One person. One. Untapped has 229 people, I'll make 230 to comment on this beer, as opposed to 1. So, and they have it at 4.16. I think it's a tad better. That's their A minus. I think it's a solid A beer, guys. It's definitely a pleasant beer. Alcohol is well hidden. All the hop, aroma, and taste that this guy is looking for. And I've had a couple of beers in my day. So, that being said, if you like this style of beer, it'd be a good one to get your hands on if you can get it, depending on where you're at. I don't think the distribution is super wide. We just started getting these beers not long ago here in the Roanoke area. So, depending on where you live, you may not be able to get it. So, if you're around the Waynesboro area, I'm sure you can probably pick it up. But, very limited distribution, I think. So, that being said, if you've had the Begetter of Bask from Basic City Beer Company, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.